Hey guys, this is Mehnush from Ross IELTS Academy. Today I'm here with another important lesson for you in your IELTS speaking and writing. Many of you might be taking your speaking mock tests, or maybe you have been sending us your writings to be corrected, or your exam is in a few days. And when you're speaking and you're writing your sentences, you just say to yourself, why do I use the word so and such connectives over and over again? But is it really this important not to repeat the connectives? The answer is yes. You should try to use a range of linking words, cohesive devices, and paraphrase some of the words to get a very good score in your IELTS exam. What we want to learn today is some alternatives for the word so. Simply by avoiding overusing the word so, you can get a very better score in your fluency and coherence criteria in speaking tests, and also coherence and cohesion in writing tasks, task 1 and task 2. However, before starting our today's lesson, please take your time and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This will help the other students to find and watch this video to improve their score, and also we will know that you like our videos, you're using them, and we will just make more and more for you to just get your score in a short time. You may even want to visit our website, which is www.rossielts.com, to enroll in our wonderful silver, VIP, or bronze course. And also, you can use our reading, listening, writing, and speaking courses to boost your score. Now, before we get to the point, I want to thank you all for your lovely and numerous comments that you leave on our YouTube channel every single hour. We are really grateful for the positive energy. Now I want to take a look at some of those comments. First of all, Azeke Kazakhstan says, thanks, that's pretty valuable as usually. Osama Al-Hatef says, we couldn't thank you enough for these kinds of helpful videos. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to have you guys on board. Also, Mandip Singh says, although you are my lovely teacher, but I really love you and your beauty. Thank you very much. That's nice of you. And Mushkan says, it's so useful. You're welcome, Mushkan. We're happy it's been useful for you. Thank you all for your lovely comments and this positive vibe. We are trying our best to help you guys to get that bad score you need. So, if you're now ready, we can get started. Okay, let's now begin with our today's lesson, which is on how to stop overusing so in our speaking and writing. The answer is very simple. Just use the proper synonyms or change the order of the words in your sentence. As you know, we can use so to talk about the result of something. For example, I was tired, so I slept earlier. But now, we want to make our sentences more complex using some advanced connectives instead of this word. The very first word that you can use which can help you get a better score is accordingly. Now I give you an example to understand it better. So, in my first sentence, I want to use the word so, and then in the second one, I want to make the same sentence using the word accordingly. First I say, it was his birthday last week. So, I sent him a gift to congratulate him. Now in the second sentence, I say, it was his birthday last week. Accordingly, I sent him a gift to congratulate him. Or, another example. We have a different background and history. So, we have the right to different futures. Now the same sentence using the word accordingly. We have a different background and history. Accordingly, we have the right to different futures. So, as you can see in the examples, the word accordingly has replaced the word so, which refers to the result or consequence of something. So, you can use this word instead of so to just get a better score and show the examiner that you can use a range of connectives. Now to talk about the second word, you can say then, which is very simple and helps you avoid overusing the word so. Let's look at an example. So, here in my first example, I can say, if you can't go, so let me know. Or I can use the word then instead of so. I can say, if you can't go, then let me know. Or, if it's going to be expensive, so let's do something else. Now, the same sentence using the word then instead of so. I can say, if it's going to be expensive, then let's do something else. So as you can see here again in my sentences, in the first one I used so to talk about the result of something, and then I used the word then in the same place instead of so to show the same thing, to show the same meaning, but this way you can show a range of connectives. Now the next word you can use instead of so is thus. Here is an example. So in the first sentence I want to use the word so, which says, most of the evidence was destroyed in the fire, so it would be almost impossible to prove anything. Now in the second sentence, I say, most of the evidence was destroyed in the fire, thus it would be almost impossible to prove anything. So as you can see here, thus is used instead of so to mention the result of something. And definitely this kind of sentence will bring you a good score by showing the examiner that you have a good range of connectives. Here you see another example. So in the next example, I'm saying that, for example, he doesn't know anything about making an investment, so he will lose all his money. So I'm using so to talk about the result of not knowing anything about making an investment. And now the second sentence, I want to use the alternative, the word does. I can say, he doesn't know anything about making an investment, thus he will lose all his money. Okay, and now the last word that we can use as an alternative for the word so, which is hence. I myself use this one more in my writings, especially in the academic writing task 1 and writing task 2, which is an essay. The reason is that it's a bit formal and it shows the examiner that you know how to use a range of connectives. Now, let's look at an example. So in my first sentence, I want to use the word so. I can say it this way. The students did well in the last exam, so they will get good grades. Now the same sentence using the word hence. The students did well in the last exam, hence they will get good grades. So in both sentences, I'm talking about the result of doing good in exams so that the students can get a good grade. They can just make it maybe to the next level, the next semester. Okay guys, so in our today's lesson, we learned that we can use 3 other words instead of so to talk about the result or consequence of something. The words were, first of all, so itself, accordingly, thus, and hence. Just try to learn them well and use them all the time in your speaking and writing to make sure that you can use them properly. And make sure to watch our video on punctuation marks, because it is important to use the correct punctuation mark when you're using these sentences in the beginning or in the middle of your sentences. So you can just find it on our YouTube channel. Okay guys, now it's your turn to use the mentioned words which can be used instead of so in some sentences and write them down in the comments so that we can check them for you and make sure that you're using them properly. Please remember that you have to use them in your daily speech, as I mentioned before, and of course in your writing, to make sure that you can use them naturally. And if you try to use some of these alternatives instead of the word so, you can expect an increase in the coherence criteria in both IELTS writing and speaking skills. Thank you very much for watching us and for your positive energy. Please take your time to visit our website, joining our courses to become our next successful candidate in the IELTS exam. I wish you best of luck and see you soon.